Oh, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Oaktown Hellbilly, aka Mr. Met 40 Ounce, back with another one. With my King Cobra Premium Malt Liquor, straight off the dangerous streets of Stockton, California, in order for me to bring you this high quality, authentic Malt Liquor entertainment production tonight. Let's get into this. We're talking vinyl, we're talking Malt Liquor, the star of the show. We're talking punk rock, and we're talking gangster rap. Malt Liquor barcode out. Listen, I ain't wifing no hood rats, but 9 out of 10 they get their pocketbooks. Delicious.
Set you up with a hard jab, we catch you with a haymaker. Rap sharper than a straight razor. I take a shorty out, best believe that bitch getting raped later.
Very good.
It's the homicidal super villain. I tell a bitch quick that I ain't the father of your children. I treat a baby mother like a punch dummy.
Outstanding, look at that label.
Little kids out they lunch money.
B-star of the show. Alright, let's get into all this here.
Off of your body like cover.
Okay. Now, first off, I want to say something. I picked up a few subscribers this week. Not too many, but a few. And I want to talk about my Oaktown Hellbilly Malt Liquor channel. I run this Malt Liquor channel as a public service. That's what it's here for. The star of the show is the Malt Liquor. Nothing else. Plain and simple. Not me. Not these vinyl records, not my record turntable, my record player, none of this stuff. The Malt Liquor's the star of the show, always the star of the show. Manufactured by unionized professionals, I take that very seriously. Malt Liquor, only Malt Liquor, follow the blueprint, that's what this is for. Malt Liquor. Now back in January of 2016, I started this channel as an alternative to my main channel. Because at the time, I wanted to talk about the Oakland Raiders more and not clog up my main channel with football talk. But we don't have a football team anymore because the NFL are fucking scumbags and they took our fucking team away from us, and Mark Davis is fucking literal vermin. Fuck that motherfucker. The Raiders, I don't care about Las Vegas. I don't care about the NFL anymore. I'm going to watch the Super Bowl tomorrow, the Superb Owl. I'll be watching that tomorrow. And I really don't care who wins. I know 209 Jay Jones is rooting for the Los Angeles Rams. That's his club. We'll see what happens. It ought to be interesting. But they took our team away from us in 2017 when it was announced. It's almost 5 years ago now. And I really don't care. I don't care about them anymore. I can't root for something that says Las Vegas on it. If you look behind me, you see the pen that says Oakland on it. Oakland Raiders. And I have up here, you can't see it, it's off camera. I have an Oakland Raiders street sign. That was the last thing my mother ever gave to me. Obviously, I'm not going to throw that out, but I really don't care that much about the NFL anymore. I'm going to watch tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's a good game. That's all I care about. Malt Liquor label out. So this channel sat dormant for a while after they announced the Raiders are leaving. Occasionally, I would upload something on it. And then probably 3 years ago now, 2.5 years ago now, I came up with the idea to do punk rock and malt liquor, and that's what I was using this channel for specifically. And I still do that, and I'm having a good time with it. I'm planning on doing one tonight. And then about 5 months ago now, I got into vinyl, and this is now a malt liquor channel, which I run as a public service, of course. But it is also a vinyl channel. We're going to be talking vinyl and different types of music or whatever. I'm mostly into punk rock. I love punk, and I think punk and jazz sounds better on vinyl. I've said all this stuff before, but that's the way that goes. Malt liquor. Tonight, I'm going to talk about my most expensive record in my collection, my least expensive record in my collection, what I paid the least amount for, and my favorite record in my collection, plus a small vinyl haul. I was down in Oakland yesterday after work. I went to Oakland and Berkeley, and I only picked up 2 albums yesterday. And I spent a little bit more than I had expected on one, but it is what it is. So without further ado, let's set the tone. Study the label. That's the star right there, not me. Live TV, folks, it does happen. Yeah, we'll set the tone. I don't want to make it too loud. Okay, now, the The most expensive, and I've showcased this before. Most expensive record in my collection, Subhumans, The Day the Country Died, the French pressing from 1998. It's a reissue, repress, whatever. I saw this on Instagram. I've already mentioned it at Econo Jam Records down in Oakland. I went down and picked it up. I asked if they would hold it for me. They did. I went down and picked it up the next day. I paid 45 bucks for this one. And did I overpay? Some people would say yes. I don't think I did. There's no skips, there's no warping, there's no bounce on it. It's perfect. It's a great copy. And the jacket, it's got some, you know, corner wear and stuff, but I don't care about that. I buy them to listen to them. That's it. Now that being said, and this is a great album. This is a quintessential punk album for anybody that's into punk rock. You got to have it in your collection. I have it on vinyl, and I just ordered it on CD off of eBay, and I should be getting it on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I can listen to it in my car, my beater car that I drive to work. Bootlegger. Now, tied for that, and I've also showcased this one in my previous video, which was the namesake, the title, is DJ Tomic's Ich Liebe für Hip Hop EP that came out in the year 2000. This is a masterpiece of hip hop. I absolutely love it, as I mentioned before. This album on Discogs they were asking $40 for it. It is also in excellent condition. No bouncing, it's not warped, no skipping. It plays perfectly and it sounds great. It's a very good copy. Excellent copy. There's a little bit of wear on the sleeve. I don't care about that, like I said before. I buy them to listen to them and play them. This was 40 bucks plus shipping, which was another 15 bucks. Technically, it's more expensive than that Subhumans record, but you know what? It don't matter. I paid more for the Subhumans record, even though I had to pay more for shipping. This came all the way from Berlin, so you're going to pay, you know, whatever it is. I think it was 15 euros or whatever. No, it was 12 euros, so it was like $15. Whatever. I wanted it, I got it, and I actually think I got pretty good on that. This is kind of rare. Nobody really has ever heard of that, especially in the United States. But I absolutely love Ich Liebe für Hip Hop, as you know. A little bit more of this malt liquor here. King Cobra Premium Malt Liquor. Brewed and packaged by hardworking, patriotic Americans, and you need to fucking support that malt liquor. Delicious, as Luke Bag Larry would say. Now, the least expensive record in my collection. The John Coltrane Quartet Ballads album that came out, what year did this come out? I don't even know. This was pressed in 2019, but 1962. Presented here in its entirety, the celebrated 1962 LP Ballads album. Impulse AS-32 was the last word in John Coltrane's ballad playing and became an instant hit. Absolutely, this is a great album. When I got back home from Oakland yesterday, I put this on the turntable and I listened to it in its entirety. I absolutely love this album. I think I paid, and I bought it new, it was still sealed. I think I paid $17 for this. So this is the least expensive album record that I own. It's kind of a weird thing because I don't really consider a 7-inch, you know, but this is the first piece of vinyl I ever bought in my life, right here. Black Flag 6-pack 7-inch that I got at the Petaluma show in January of 2020. You know, prior to the show, the merch table was set up. I said, I want to get one. I just wanted the artwork. That's what it was all about. And you know, that's a piece of Raymond Pettibone artwork. And this plays great. No bouncing. It's not warped. No skips. No none of that. And when I got it, I didn't know how to handle it properly. I actually pulled it out of the sleeve and dropped it on the floor, but it still plays all right. It doesn't skip or any of that kind of stuff. So I paid $10 for this, but I don't really consider that the least expensive because it's not a full-length LP. Malt liquor label out. Shout out to Falstaff, of course. 209 J Jones, Rock Bottom 559. Cores at 25, Lone Wolf 420, Pro Wrestling Guy, and Luke Bag Larry, the Northern California contingent. As you know, and I want to get into something else too. The legendary Huffy72, also known as the Continental of malt liquor, a great malt liquor entertainer in his own right, is also heavily into vinyl. I believe he has a DJ set up in his place over there in England. And occasionally, from time to time, he will do a live stream of him spinning records, and it's always a good time. He's more into hip hop. I don't think he's into punk rock like I am, but there's nothing wrong. I'm into gangster rap too. I love it. From the 90s, that was one of the best decades for music, especially rap, hip hop, and gangster rap, and all of that. You know, punk, 76 to... I've gone over this before. I can't even remember half in the bag. Anyway, I drank too much this afternoon. Enjoying the nice warm day here in Stockton, ladies and gentlemen. More liquor. But I want to give a special shout out to the legendary Huffy72, who just finished up his Malt Liquor Tour 2022. He was up in New York a few days ago, and he put out many masterpieces, Malt Liquor videos, a Valentine Ale Massacre entertainment video, and of course he finished up with a 24-ounce can of East Coast Old English 800 Malt Liquor. Malt Liquor. Shout out to Huffy72. Now, of course, as you know, this is my favorite album in my collection, in my vinyl collection, and I would have to say it's probably my favorite album of all time. I mean, it's a tough one. It's my favorite band. It's my favorite album by my favorite band, but there's so many other punk albums out there that I absolutely adore and love. It's hard to, come down and clamp down on it right away. But right now, currently, this is my favorite. I listen to this record at least 3 to 4 times a week. I have it on CD. It's in the car. On the way home from work, I usually listen to this one. And at work on Fridays, we have Black Flag Friday. And my coworkers have since warmed up to some of the punk rock that I play in there. And they mostly hate it, but it's growing on them. We'll see what happens, especially Slippin' In, because musically Slippin' In is a little bit better than this one. But this is my favorite. I mean, there's only one shitty song on it, and it's Damaged One. It shouldn't have been put on the album. They should put Louie Louie on the album instead of Damaged One. If I ever next time I see Greg again, I'm going to remind him of that again, like I did last time I talked to him. Full nigger. He's very accessible. After the show, he'll come down and talk to you. And I told him, I said, what the fuck did you put Damaged One on that shit for? With Rollins, you should have put Louie Louie as a much better track. Greg. More liquor. He just kind of chuckled at me. So yesterday I was down in Oakland and down in Berkeley, and I went to 1234 Go Records, and I picked up the leftover crack. I guess it's a compilation album. It's a double LP, and it has just garbage that they recorded or whatever. Now musically, this is a great band. I really enjoy them. Leftover Crack is what it is. It's a polarizing type of band. They're extremely political. I will say this. For the most part, I can separate the art from the artist. And with Leftover Crack, I can do that. Not with all bands. And that's a story for another Malt Liquor video masterpiece down the pipe. But with Leftover Crack, I can separate the art from the artist. Yes, it is what it is. They say things that are extremely offensive to the average person. No problem. That's what punk is supposed to be about. You're supposed to offend people and make them feel uncomfortable, or whatever. But I could separate the art from the artist on that one. Whatever. And they put out some good music. I'm trying to get Mediocre Generica on vinyl, but it's hard to find. I wish they would do a repress of that. Unfortunately, they will not. Malt Liquor. I gotta tell you, that King Cobra Premium Malt Liquor is absolutely refreshing and fucking delicious, ladies and gentlemen. I'm cussing in this one. I cuss a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Okay, now, I went into Amoeba Berkeley. I already have Dark Side of the Moon, but I did not have The Wall. For prog rock, I guess this would be prog rock. I don't know what you would consider it, but these two, this and Dark Side of the Moon are awesome. I mean, they're excellent, spectacular, great albums. Good listening and all that. As soon as this Malt Liquor masterpiece is over with, once I complete Punk Rock and Malt Liquor, I'm gonna open this and listen to it. I paid too much for it. I know I did. It cost me $40. Excuse me, $44. I paid it. It is what it is. I wanted it. I got it. That's how it goes. A lot of this, you're not going to go in there and negotiate with these people. So you just pay it, that's it. These are independent record stores. They're not large corporations, even though the music industry is comprised of large corporations or whatever. Walk into 1234 Go Records, Oakland, California. Econo Jam Records, Oakland, California. Photo Select Records, Sacramento, California. Amoeba Berkeley, Amoeba Hollywood, Amoeba San Francisco. You know, and there's other small joints around there. Headline, I gotta go to Headline in Los Angeles. I'm gonna make that happen. Probably next weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an Oaktown Hellbilly exclusive. There may or may not be a Tijuana trip next weekend. maybe there will, maybe there won't be. We don't know. With that being said, there will probably be a stop off in Los Angeles at Headline Records, and I'll be able to pick up some obscure punk rock records. Next week's or 2 weeks from now's Vinyl Hole and Malt Liquor is going to be spectacular. Malt Liquor. You know, do what you got to do, whatever. Oh yeah, live TV, folks, that's happening. Also up this evening. Now I've had this for a while. I got it off of Discogs. Cro-Mag's Age of Quarrel, and it's the red and black splatter vinyl inside. I'm not going to open and show you, but I mean you know what color vinyl looks like. I'm probably going to spin that tonight too. I'm just in a punk rock and New York hardcore type of mood, and we're going to listen to some prog rock tonight and enjoy ourselves. Last night it was jazz and just kind of chill and relax, but tonight it's straight up punk rock. That's what we got. Malt Liquor. Shout out to Ross Bay, 40 ounce. I just want to say oi from California. We know what's up with that. Malt Liquor. Approaching the swill. Some people call it the swill. I call it the best fucking part of the whole goddamn thing. Approaching the motherfucking swill. Malt Liquor. We're all adults here. If you can't handle some cussing, your parents raised a fucking bitch. Malt Liquor. Alright, let's take us the fuck out of here. Dick Lucas and the Subhumans. Fucking ads. Goddamn bullshit. It happens. That's a prelude of what's to come tonight.
Drink, sex, cigarettes, cocaine or household pets, bombs, famine, death, and our very public.
Outstanding. As it stands, buy more vinyl. Run down to your local record store. Support those American patriots that are putting out that vinyl on those shelves for you. And your favorite artists. I don't care if you own a fucking turntable or not. Buy more fucking vinyl. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Oaktown Hellbilly, rate, comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck you gotta do. I'm the fuck out of here. Malt Liquor! Shout out to 209 J. Jones.